If there is one thing that gives me free dopamine, it is seeing a movie that ended up exceeding my expectations for it. And that feeling, it feels so good. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is a brand new animated film based off of the Ninja Turtles IP. The film is directed by Jeff Rowe, and it stars Nicholas Cantu, Micah Abbey, Brady Noon, Shaman Brown Jr., and Jackie Chan. After years of being sheltered from the human world, the Turtles set out to win the hearts of New Yorkers and be accepted as normal teenagers. Their new friend April O'Neil helps them take on a mysterious crime syndicate, but they soon get in over their heads when an army of mutants is unleashed upon them. The biggest positive I want to discuss is the animation because it is glorious. The animation in this movie is so crisp and so clean that this world just feels like a flourishing and colorful utopia where everything is so fresh and alive. And on top of that, the characters are very well crafted and they all have this great attention to detail to them as far as their facial features or their reaction to certain situations, especially when it comes to the details of the mutants. I've said that in the past that Into and Across the Spider-Verse have significantly impacted and influenced the state of what animation is and what it can be. And in here with Mutant Mayhem, that animation influence is very, very present here. But here's the thing. The animation in here, it doesn't feel like a replica or a copycat of the Spider-Verse films. Like, yes, it is reminiscent of the Spider-Verse films. However, the animation in this movie, it just feels different. Okay, hear me out on this. Imagine taking a coloring book, right? Taking hand-drawn cartoons that were drawn from an optimistic yet antsy teenager, and then you sprinkle elements of a comic book in there, and then you turn that into a 3D animation motion picture. That is essentially what this movie is. Point is, the animation is great, it complements the world of the Ninja Turtles, and I appreciate this film for having its animation not being a replica or a copycat of the Spider-Verse films. I like the story and the message of this film. Semi-spoiler incoming, just a heads up. So, the Turtles, they want to be accepted by the humans. They have been in hiding for years, and when they get into the act of crime fighting, they come across other mutants who essentially want the same thing, but to wipe out the entire human race since humans will not accept them for who they are. And now the Turtles are given an ultimatum to either roll with the mutants and let all of humanity die, or stop the mutants and help them see the good in humanity. Now, even though this concept has been done before in other films, I just think that this movie handles the message of acceptance and how far folks are willing to go for that right in a very tasteful manner that gets the point across without being excessive with it. For example, you get a quick backstory of why Master Splinter is not too fond of the outside world and how he has been essentially hiding in fear for the majority of his life. However, you see how he becomes more open to humans and starts to see the good in humanity. I just think that that message was done really well in here and I enjoyed it. The heart and soul of this movie are the Turtles. The chemistry and the dynamic between all four of them were just stellar, and the way they all managed to bounce off one another and finish each other's sentences, it was just so hilarious and also even heartwarming at times. The portrayal of these characters truly captured the essence of this coming-of-age story that revolves around teenage turtles, who are mutants, and also ninjas. The main four casts voicing the Turtles were fantastic choices. Their friendship and dynamic is strongly displayed in their voices. I don't know any of these boys other than Nicholas Cantu. Fun fact, he voiced Gumball in The Amazing World of Gumball, and he was one of the very few redeeming parts of that one Walking Dead spinoff that came and went faster than the theatrical run of A Cure for Wellness. While we are on the topic of great voice casting, I want to compliment the entire voice cast of this movie. Jackie Chan as Master Splinter was awesome, Io Adebari as April O'Neil was awesome, but the biggest standout from the entire supporting cast was Ice Cube as Superfly. That is a casting that I don't think anyone could have seen coming. So Ice Cube basically plays himself, but if he was a mutant fly. If you know the charisma and cadence of Ice Cube, that is essentially who Superfly is. And I actually did like him as an antagonist because it's like, look, I understand why you are doing this and why you feel the way you feel, but here's why you are wrong for going about things this way. And I like that. I like that when an antagonist can make me feel this level of conflict. Also, I peeped that Superfly had a Jerry curl. That was a good touch to add. The action in here is spectacular. Similar to the Spider-Verse films where you have this fast-paced action going on, while there are also a multitude of other things going on at the same time in the most chaotic way possible. And I loved it. But the music significantly complements the action sequences, if I do say so myself. And lastly, the humor. It's good, for the most part. There are a few jokes in which I kind of cringed at, but other than those flounders of jokes, the rest of it was pretty solid. In the end, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem is a movie that I did not expect to be this good. It is a hilarious, heartwarming, and action-packed story that delivers some of the best animation in animation history, and honestly, I think this movie is on par with the Spider-Verse films, and I just cannot wait for the sequel. So, plugging Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem into the rank system, I am placing this one into the pinnacle zone. But yeah, that is pretty much my review for Mutant Mayhem. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about Mutant Mayhem. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you excited for the sequel? Did this movie exceed your expectations? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you all in the next one.
After working up the nerve, almost equal in size, I walked around with the iron for any wrinkle in time. I paid a piece of my mind for every nickel and dime, but never less than a 5 and never slept on the job. A killer crept on your squad, yet never left the garage. When your God was close enough to see the flesh of his eyes. Get to the button and press, it's what the message advised. What's the threat behind the vest is where the testament lies.